you're being schooled by a girl.
That's sexist.
Gee, how many times do I have to say I'm sorry?
What is he apologizing for again? She's just trying to tick Scott off here, right? Otherwise...
Rogue. For reasons beyond my comprehension, Rogue just doesn't enjoy the thought of you leaving.
And where exactly is Logan going? Unexplained questions that become irrelevant in about 2 minutes, actually. Also reminded a soft review breakdown episode for further sin evaluation of this opening scene.
Charles.
Charles.
Jean? What's wrong?
What the... Well, guess we'll have to wait another several minutes to see the expanded version of this scene.
Charles.
Charles.
Jean? What's wrong?
So some of the children on the lawn are dead now, right? Or maybe not, since this explosion has magical properties, as we'll see later. They're still never seen or cared about again, so...
I have confirmed that the explosion was indeed centered on Charles's position, so he was the likely target.
Not sure that's entirely accurate. That's a joke, right? Stormtrooper aim. Incidentally, all of these mutant prisoners have combat-ready powers. That seems to happen quite often. Just has a cool power and all, but like with Sandman, how come her clothes change along with the rest of her body? She won't show the ability to change her attire, so this just comes across as laziness from the design team.
There's a war coming, and it ain't gonna be pretty.
I agree. So, what's next?
We bring back the X-Men.
Why'd you break up in the first place? Even if Magneto's not quite on the most wanted list, will this be like giving Putin or Kim Jong-un advertising space for tourism?
Give Senator Kelly a little message from the Brotherhood. There's no stopping the mutants.
Not quite sure they're listening to you, Pietro. They seem somewhat preoccupied at the moment. Also not liking the parallel with the Evolution Brotherhood. Other than Domino, it's essentially the exact same lineup.
Please, don't be alarmed. You're all quite safe.
What could possibly go wrong, cliché? When did Warren have enough time for this costume change without being seen?
Help a fellow out with a donation?
Take a hike.
You wearing any jewelry?
What was the point of Toad stalking Rogue here? Non-suspenseful cliffhanger. They even know she was here. They don't have a Cerebro 2, do they?
Sorry about Toad. He's new.
Toad's new? But Blob just said earlier.
I tried to tell him, Blob, I did. They found out who we are, huh? Yeah, didn't they?
This is getting real old, Toad.
So much for the big hero. When the going gets tough, the tough pack it in. Is that it, huh?
That's coming out of Scott's salary, of course. Actually, he should be evicted for this massive property damage, or just thrown in jail.
Right now, the X-Men consist of you and me, and a stolen MRD helicopter.
Well, considering the Brotherhood's got Blob and Toad, I'd say odds are still in our favor.
That's uncalled for. Toad ain't that useless.
Let's join them.
What? Are you sure?
That's quite a muted response, Logan. Lost a mutant ability to sound like you give a
Kelly's having his press conference here? Are you sure?
Yeah. It's a manufacturing plant owned by Worthington Industries.
Good. So at 12 o'clock sharp when Kelly shows up, we end this.
Misleading line makes little sense considering this is all an attempt to set up the X-Men. That being said, what's the point of setting up the X-Men? Kelly will still publicly rail against the Brotherhood anyway.
You are not getting our son back! We will not let him leave this house!
You guys nearly got him killed last year.
You coming or what?
Bobby's kind of an asshole for not even saying goodbye. His folks are just looking out for him. How'd Warren knock this guy out? Divine intervention? He's too close to have hit him. Several more minutes of this pointless fake assassination attempt, all to set up a pointless fake rope betrays the X-Men subplot. Because in case you didn't know, Emma Frost is real sexy.
This is Emma Frost, former headmistress of the Massachusetts Academy.
Never heard of it.
Kitty is definitely not jealous, just in case you were wondering.
Where is he?
Genosha.
So the mystery explosion blew Xavier thousands of miles to Genosha instead of just blowing him away. Seems like bullshit. Perhaps worth thousands of sins? No, I'll go easy on him this time, just 30. That TV survived an optic blast. Or maybe they somehow forgot Scott wrecked it earlier.
Those I-beams, frat boy.
Logan meant that in an ironic sense, I think. Scott did a great job repairing the damage he caused, just as long as there's no gust to blow away that cheap wallpaper patch.
Wolverine's more desperate than I thought.
Scott's the most tactical member of the X-Men other than Logan. Not seeing how his presence shows desperation.
The jet's falling apart. We're going up against Magneto. And did I mention that the jet's falling apart?
The jet'll be fine. Who cares about Magneto? Wolverine's got his number.
Maybe.
Based on what previous evidence?
Hello, Wolverine.
Another non-suspenseful cliffhanger. Somehow Iceman was unable to engulf Magneto in ice. Actually, this is a great scene to display Magneto's power. This fight with the X-Men is actually a highlight for Magneto in this series. He'll never look like more of a badass. But why do his eyes have to glow when he's using his power? What do glowing eyes have to do with magnetism?
Charles is a dear friend. All I've been doing is caring for him.
More like keeping an eye on him. We both know you're afraid of Charles.
Logan's a bit aggressive, isn't he? Did he not experience getting thrashed by Magneto seconds ago?
Charles, is that really you?
Yes, Logan.
What's happening? Who did this to you?
I wish I knew. I remember nothing.
Convenient amnesia.
The coma you see me in right now, it will last for 20 years. I've just awoken from it, and the world I've found is a nightmare.
Also convenient timing. They actually make this tragic incident into a blessing in disguise. If Charles doesn't get blown away, he wouldn't awaken in the future to warn them in the present.
Together, can you change the course of the future? And you, Logan, you must lead them.
So now Scott is leaving because he can't be leader anymore? But he wasn't leader on this past mission either. Also, I thought he wanted Frost to help him find Jean. It'd be harder to do that if he walked out on him. Again. Convenient leg braces which remove cumbersome wheelchairs slowing down action scenes but whose origin is never explained and therefore are extra sinful. Yeah, Wolverine ain't dead, so stop yanking our chain.